I just want justice for Zaire, and so however long that takes, I'm fine with it.
The mother of one of the survivors of the Jefferson Avenue top shooting says she is prepared for a long road ahead as the case against the suspect takes a step forward. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. Peyton Gendron pleading not guilty to more than 24 charges in federal court.
Now, we are referring to him by name because of the progress that was made in the legal case just today. A grand jury indicted Gendron on a total of 27 counts that includes more than a dozen hate crime charges. Gendron is accused of killing 10 people and injuring 3 others at the Jefferson Avenue Tops on May 14th. That store was closed for 2 months before it reopened on Friday. Senior reporter Eileen Buckley was at today's arraignment and tells us where the case now goes from here.
It's hard sitting in that courtroom with a terrorist.
Zanetta Everhart says it doesn't get any easier each time the white gunman, who investigators say targeted Buffalo's black community, appears in court. 19-year-old Peyton Gendron entered a not guilty plea during his arraignment on a 27-count federal indictment for the May 14th attack. Victims' family members filled the first 2 rows of the courtroom, including Everhart, who was there on behalf of her son Zaire Goodman, who was injured.
Zaire just does not want to be in court with him, and so I have to be here.
Last week, the U.S. Attorney's Office announced a federal indictment against Gendron that includes federal hate crime and firearm charges. There was no word on when a decision could be made about the death penalty. There is no death penalty in New York State, but the federal hate crime charges make this case eligible. I spoke with 2 legal experts, retired State Supreme Court Justice Penny Wolfgang and former U.S. Attorney for the Western District Dennis Vodko. Both say U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland will make the final decision.
I'm not surprised that there has not yet been a decision whether to seek the death penalty or not. It's not necessary at this point in time, but I fully expect that the deliberation has already commenced and is ongoing.
The government's just going to take their time on this because it's a big decision. And yes, the moratorium is probably coming into consideration. They're probably thinking, we don't know how long it's going to be in effect, or if it will be in effect, a year from now or a couple of years from now.
The suspect's plea was entered by a public defender who stated she hopes to resolve this without a trial. I asked Everhart about the suspect's not guilty plea.
I get the law, I get the tactics and, how this is going to, play out as far as the defense goes. I get it. But for me, he's guilty. We all know he's guilty. We saw what he did. The world saw what he did. He posted what he did. So to me, he's guilty before even a trial.
Now, I also asked Everhart if she thinks her son will ever be able to go to the courtroom. She said probably when the trials begin. Live in the newsroom tonight, Eileen Buckley, 7 News.
All right, thank you, Eileen. Well,